Hello, hello, hello. It's Wednesday night. You don't know the place to be. Money classroom time. Opening up the doors to the money classroom. Everyone, so come in. Rock and come in at the money classroom. Rock and come in at the money classroom. Hey, opening up. I see Roger here. First student in the money classroom. Roger, big up yourself. Billy in the house. Nice, Roger. Is it getting cold out there? How are you doing? All right, opening up the doors, opening up. Marsha, don't know, where I can come in at the money classroom. We're here. Love the energy. Yes, I've been practicing that song, Thought it was a little corny, but then I was like, no, it sounds good. Could it be our new theme song? Rock and come in at the money classroom and everybody kind of bounce and it will kind of do a little dance. Rock and coming in at the money classroom. Rock and coming in at the money classroom. Hey, right? That's how it goes. That's how it goes. We are back. You know what it's about. Money classroom is the place to be if you're ready to make more money, live a little better, and do it in a way that actually fits your lifestyle. You're in the right place. I am Keisha Bailey, your host, aka Keisha the teacher. Keisha the teacher here. So whether you're 18 or 80, you're working a side hustle or you're looking to take control of your finances for the first time, we have something here for you. Money Classroom is where we keep things real. We keep it real over here. We keep things also very simple because I want you to be able to take action, and we break down money moves so that anyone, no matter your age or your stage or your wage, you must make some money because that's what we are here to talk about. Now, a bit about me. I've spent nearly 20 years managing billions, with a B, billions of dollars for some big shots. But now I am here to help you because here's the truth. You don't need a fancy degree like I have. You don't need only for money at all either to learn how to make more money. All you need to do is have the right know-how, and that's where I come in. That's where Money Classroom comes in. So we're talking real tips, no bag of chat, no fluff. We're going into side hustles and ways that you can make more money. That's what we're all about. So if you are here to learn how to make more money, drop in the chat. Money. Let me see you. Money, if that's the place you're here. Ingrid, good evening. Checking from Bull Bay. Nice, Ingrid. Big up yourself. Welcome to Money Classroom. Where's my money in the chat? Those who are here to learn how to make some money. Tonight's show is going to be exceptionally good because we're talking about how to make money online. That's the thing. Money online are key. Money, Diana, big up yourself. Yes. Online money is sweet money. So I hear. So I'm seeing as well. Online money is a very lucrative way to be making money these days with all of the technological advances that we see going on. I would definitely want to make sure we tap into that. Shelly, no Ann. So not Shelly Ann, it's Shelly, no Ann. Money. Jay Shanae saying money is the focus. Yes, money are the subject. There you go. That is the truth. And we're here to make a lot of it. Lots of money. All right. So let me know where you guys joining from. Classroom still opening up. Let me know where you're joining from. And we see how that's going. Ingrid saying money. Money. Money time. Yeah. My favorite word, money. All right, we are gonna have an announcement from one of our sponsors. Let's have that rolling.
Hello, wealthy people. I am Dr. Kesha Christie, CEO and founder of KCLH Full Business Solutions Limited, your one-stop shop for all your business needs. At KCLH, we are the experts on taxation and taxation planning. As you know, one of the primary reasons for having this program is to ensure that we are building wealth. As we move from micro to macro in our financing and our wealth building, So too, we must manage our taxation and accounting business practices. At KCLH, we are experts on that. And so we guide you along the process while you focus on ensuring that you're building wealth and maintaining that wealth. I would like to use this forum to ask you to mark your calendars because as of November 1, we will be having an early bird special on taxation services where you get 15% off. We want to use this opportunity to welcome you on board to KCLH Full Business Solutions Limited.
Nice. So, guys, you remember from last week we had Dr. Kesha on talking about taxation and tax planning heading into the end of the year. Now, remember, it is very important to plan around your tax strategy. We spoke a lot about that this is the time where we start getting ready, regardless of wherever in the world you live. Every person that is serious about their money, this time of year is tax strategy time. It doesn't matter. This is something that globally happens because you have to get your tax strategy right before December so that you're in a good place to file in January. Now, do not delay. Don't delay and say, well, I'm going to try it in December, but too late, right? December, Christmas, everybody caught up with gifts and, Mariah Carey song going to be playing and playing and playing. So you won't be focused. Do it from now. And because of our association with Dr. Christie, she's offering that 15% discount. And I told you guys, accountants do not offer discounts. I know a lot of them. I can tell you, very strict. They do not discount their services. Only because of the grace of God that she's such a wonderful person and she loves our Profit Jumpstarter community, why we're able to access that really, really great discount for you. So don't delay, jump on that. Bring up the link, please. I think there's a way to reach out to KCLH. You can just bring that up on screen so that persons can jump out and reach out quickly to KCLH to make sure they're connected. All right, perfect. Word to the wise, as they say, word to the wise. So lots to discuss tonight. We're going to be talking about how to get paid online, how to make money online, how to have an online business. I know a lot of persons tuning in tonight. You're either thinking of, hey, I need a side hustle. I want to make some money. I see people on Instagram and TikTok collecting all this money. I see people on OnlyFans are collecting money. Me want to make money too. How can I make money online? And given this technological age that we're in, it's very important to leverage that to make money, right? It's not the blood, sweat, and tears anymore. It's smart money, and that's what we're about. So we have two amazing guests tonight who are going to be talking about online businesses with me. It's exciting. So our first guest is, I call her, a celebrity sales strategist. Why? Because every celebrity we know online, she has worked with them and she has made them a lot of money. She's done a lot of great things. She also is my sales strategist. Thank you, Jesus. She has shown me a lot and really taught me a lot about the online business world and how to navigate it in a profitable way. And so I'm very excited that she has accepted our invitation to be on tonight. Her name is Alisa Owens. She is the founder of Go Marketing, and she has been in the online business for about 15 years. Go Marketing provides sales and marketing consulting and coaching services targeting business owners, C-level executives, and educational institutions, providing individual and enterprise tech and marketing solutions. She's the guru when it comes to sales strategy online. Welcome to Money Classroom, Alisa. Big up yourself.
Thank you so much. So nice to be here, Keisha.
I know you're joining us all the way from San Francisco, California. Look here, where you decided to live. That's where she is. So I'm very happy you are on tonight with us.
Glad to be here. Thank you.
All right. So our second expert tonight, a lot of you guys may know her or follow her online. Her name is Toni-Ann McKenzie. She's a travel content creator based in Kingston. Some of you may be following her, Travel with Toni-Ann on Instagram. She has traveled to over 10 countries, a whole heap of places. She has a great passion for documenting her travels and also the Jamaican culture. And she shared that Jamaican culture with the entire world. And these days, her social media influence is worldwide with her engaging videos showcasing Jamaica's food, traditions, adventure, and people. She has global viewers across the diaspora. She started in 2020, so very recently, and I really believe she has achieved a lot of success. One thing I really admire about her, which I'm gonna say no for the first time, I should probably gonna be like, oh, Keisha. But I really admire her for her bravery from starting developing her passion in the corporate world and then making the leap, boldly stepping out into the world of entrepreneurship and navigating successfully and profitably in that space. She'll do the thing one day at a time, one trip at a time. Welcome to the Money Classroom, Toni.
With me. Thank you, guys.
Nice. Good. So we have two amazing experts with us tonight on, guys. We're talking about how to make money online, how to make money with your online business. That's what we're all about. So we are going to jump right into it. I'm going to start with Toni-Ann, right? As you've ventured from corporate
Yes.
into entrepreneurship, right? So you made it happen. A lot of people watching tonight are saying, "Oh, no man should breathe because in the work, I don't really like the work, but I just have to go on with it because I'm so afraid of entrepreneurship. I don't know if I'm cut out to be doing my own thing and running my own business." So what was that journey like for you?
It was a hard journey. It was difficult at first because you have been in corporate for what 12 years, so you know time management. You have to learn about time management. You have to learn about just the habits of your 9 to 5 has ended, so everything is just was all over for me. So I had to learn to manage my time, to strategize properly, to try and find different sources of income that I wouldn't have thought of. So it's been a rough journey, but I'm maneuvering it very well right now.
Nice. And so, Alisa, I know you've worked with a lot of, I call them, celebrity coaches, all the top ones that we see. And they all started somewhere, right? They
True.
all started from somewhere. What typically is the journey that you've seen these celebrity coaches that we see now and we admire? Where did they start and what was their journey like?
Yeah, that's a really good question. It's interesting because in the online space, a lot of times people are taking their experiences or something that they learned previously. So, like Toni-Ann was saying, she started off in corporate and then wanted to do her passion. That's generally where it comes from. And that really is what it's about is, going from, let's say, working full time to going into entrepreneurship. It really should start with something you're passionate about. And I say that's the beginning, because if you start from, I just want to make money, you may not be successful. But if you start with your passion, you start with something you've already good at, and you learn to adjust it or change it or massage it to be your own business owner or take it online. That's where you're going to be able to see real success. And so if you look at all of those people, for example, Rachel Rogers, who was an attorney before, and she learned how to start her own business and grew to be a very successful law firm, and then turned that into helping other people starting businesses. And now she's multi 9-figure business, I think now. Just as one example, there's several different examples out there of people who've been able to do that. So really it's taking something that you're passionate about, something everybody has some kind of knowledge they can bring to the world, and then take that and start transitioning that into being your own business owner and starting to see who can you serve, essentially. And that's how you start your business.
And so as we think then about persons who are, all right, I'm stepping out, I want to step out. I see Toni-Ann do it, I should say it rough, but I want to try it. I want to, make that bold leap and start making some money online. What would be probably the first 3 things, Alisa, that you would say someone just starting out in the online space can do to get their business established?
You're asking me or Toni-Ann?
Yes, yes. You.
Oh, okay. Okay. So the first three things I would say, number one is, what is your passion? I mean, that is number one, right? What is your passion and who do you serve? That has to be the first thing, right? And so it's really looking at, it could be anything. I mean, honestly, there are people that make money all kinds of ways, right? And so whether it's, do you want to be more of an influencer kind of person? Do you have a service you want to do? Even if you want to, let's say, be more behind the scenes, there's definitely offers there. So for example, I worked with a multi-million-dollar copywriting agency. They were never out there in the front line, but they were making multiple seven figures based upon the services that they had to offer many, many business owners. And this person was a copywriter before and turned it into a whole agency, right? And so it's really, that's number one. So what do you want to do and who do you serve? Number two is really identifying and really niching down. And I know that word, niche, it's like what is your actual target? So a lot of times people say, oh, this is something that's good for everybody. But you really can't be successful that way because the message won't be captured. So it's coming up with the right messaging, the right person that you really want to help. That is number two to being successful. And then the third piece of it is really executing. And how are you doing that? How are you actually getting your service out there? Are you going to offer courses? Are you going to be a behind the scenes service provider? Are you going to offer products? That's something that is very popular now online with Instagram and TikTok. People are blowing up. You'd be surprised at the next door neighbor millionaires that are out there based upon something as simple as, like, I don't know, take a very fancy pen. It could be anything. And people are just selling thousands and thousands of those things. So you just have to really think about, how do you want to deliver that? And then from there, once you figure that out, then all the work starts, right? Because it's like all the steps that you get to in order to actually start doing that. And the different levels for different things. Obviously, being an influencer, it's more of, and Toni-Ann can speak to this way better than I can, but it's more of relationships, partnerships, brand relationships, et cetera, versus a product. Obviously, you got manufacturing, you have cost of goods and all those different things. So it does become a little technical, but it's not a get rich quick. That's the biggest thing that I can say to people. A lot of times people say, oh, I could just do this thing. Yes, you can, but there are steps to it, and it's very rewarding as long as you put in the steps to get it done.
Nice. So, Toni, for you started while you were still in the corporate world. At what point did you say, yeah, I'm ready to do this full time? What was that crucial moment that you said, all right, this could be a thing. Like, I could see myself doing this full time.
That's a very, very good question. That realization happened when I could no longer give enough of my time to my content creation. It just became too much. And at that point, and it also, I had to make some really hard decisions because I would have to pass up on jobs because conflicts. I had a 9-to-5 job, I didn't have the time. So, and time waits on no one because you're there at the 9-to-5 and you're saying, okay, let me hold off. And then somebody else who's not even as good as you, just getting all the jobs, and you're like, I have to do it. So that was it for me. So it was getting more money and also just my time. And I just had to make that hard. It wasn't a hard decision, but it was a decision that I had to just make, that, listen, go for it, go all out, have the confidence, and know that you'll do well. So, yeah.
So what are as you've stepped out, what are some of the main things that you had before? Because building on what Alisa said, it's a journey. It's not hey, I wake up tomorrow, I'm an influencer, people. Yeah, I'm making money. I'm good. I'm going to run this. What's the process you went through?
To become an influencer, that's what you mean, or as a content creator?
Yeah.
The process is, what I did was I, created my whole Instagram page, doing travel content. And then, as Alisa would have mentioned, you find a niche. Mine is travel, Jamaican travel and international travel. And I created an audience that love to consume my content. It's a service where I try to help people as to, what are the best places to visit in Jamaica in terms of the food, the culture, all of that. So I took my time and I built this trust that people, it's about trust. It's about trust, I wanted to be that person that people could just say, oh, I'm coming to Jamaica and I need somewhere to go. Who can I call? Not Ghostbusters.
Toni-Ann. Who are you gonna call?
Yes, and so when I realized that people were enjoying my content, I realized that this is a hit. It just came naturally to me. Using my skills as a photographer, a storyteller, all of that, it just came in perfectly, and I learned stuff during my journey. I do credit some of it to working in corporate Jamaica, learning from the different people who I worked with, so I learned how to copyright, I learned how to do voiceover, all of that I learned during my journey. So, baby steps, but we're getting there.
Nice.
We're going to get there.
So we have a question from Ingrid. I think probably this is a Alisa question. For a person who spends most of their work life in CSR, I'm guessing, what's CSR? Is it customer service, Ingrid? What is CSR? How can one convert into online without talking to customers? I guess she wants an online business where she's not physically talking to people, but using that whole customer service background.
Great. That is a great question. And this is where that whole creativity comes into play, and what is it that you actually want to do? So taking your background, and this is like, I'm just coming up with a creative idea based on what you just shared. And these are the kinds of things, these are the kinds of things that you would find you'll see out there. So for example, as a customer service rep, I'm assuming that that's what CSR means. That, instead of, let's say, being the person on the phone, maybe you could teach the process. Maybe you could create a training program for people who want to become CSRs. And so instead, you offer a course for people who want to have the best opportunities to get the best roles as a CSR. Now you're making an income teaching people how to do what you've been doing successfully for a long time. Or maybe you offer some kind of a process that makes being a CSR better, and that's something you can offer to businesses. And so you market that as a, CSR standard operating procedures or guidelines. And this is how you can up level your customer service ratings from a 4.5 to a 5. I'm just, coming off the top of my head for that. But those kinds of things, that's where you can see that something you've been doing as a job could actually be an offer or a service to businesses that want your expertise, something you've been doing for years.
Ingrid, like that. See, that's why we have to bring in the experts, Ingrid. You could do this. Money, money, money. Here it goes. So nice. All right. So let's continue our discussion around online business. It's great. We'll make money there, but there are also challenges along the way, right? Alisa said it will take time. It's also not a bed of roses. There are challenging moments that come up as well. So for you, Toni, what have been, probably give me like your biggest challenge so far? What's that one thing that has happened in your journey so far where you're like, wow, not a mercy. That was rough.
I would say inconsistent cash flow can be a challenge. And yeah, inconsistent cash flow, right? Not right now, but in the process of stuff. So not generating enough income, a consistency. Sometimes it's high, sometimes it's low. So you have those challenges.
And that's a big thing with entrepreneurship, people, I can tell you. I was in corporate too, and when I was used to my bi-weekly salary every 2 weeks. The money coming in, and then when you step over into entrepreneurship, it's like, wait there,
Yeah.
every month I'm starting from zero. Yeah, but my light bill don't understand that. My mortgage still have to pay, food still have to eat. What's gonna happen? And it's a big transition, but it's possible still to go on. It's a big
Yeah.
transition. I'm telling you, it's a big transition. Thankfully there are ways around it, like business line of credit. You can have business cards, so there are ways to manage cash flow as an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
So there are ways. Tony is on that path of using them herself.
Yeah.
And status.
And Keisha, I want to add to it all goes back to what I believe in: diversification. Never depend on one source of income. Online businesses, is so much, so it's, for me, it's not just getting the brand deals, but it's creating ebooks, it's doing blogging, it's doing AdSense, it's doing YouTube monetization. Not going over Instagram, so you go to YouTube, so you can monetize the page there. So it's up and down, but there, as you said, there are ways, diversification. And you talk about that a lot, and not putting all your eggs in one basket.
Multiple income streams, because one income stream is too close to no income stream, which will leave you homeless. That's where it goes. So we need multiple income streams. But from what you've seen with the celebrity coaches, Alisa, what are the challenges we can expect along the way? So we know when we just start out, all right, getting used to that inconsistent cash flow and figuring out how to conquer that. But what's down the road?
Totally. First of all, yes. The answer is yes to everything you just said. I mean, multiple streams of income is absolutely critical. Even you don't want to transition from having a job that gives you one income as a salary to a business that gives you one income. And it's technically, you just have a job, you just own it instead, right? And so you want to make sure that you do, even within your business, have multiple streams of incomes. You may have like Toni-Ann was saying, like you may have an ebook and then you have multiple streams coming in from different ways online. You may have, if you do like coaching or you have clients, you may have one-on-one clients, you may have like a course or an offer, those kinds of things. So it is very important to think about your business as like you have divisions almost. You know what I mean? Like think about it like it really is a business. I'd say that probably is the number one thing for people when they're getting into entrepreneurship is you have to switch your mindset. It is a mindset shift. It's not just being like, okay, now I'm going to run things, right? It really truly is. There's steps to learning. You're going to fall. You should just fail forward, as they say, that cliche thing, but it truly is the way you need to be able to be in a position of just taking action and knowing that it's not perfect. The perfect imperfect action, I guess, is that a way to say it. Yeah. But definitely you want to be able to make those kinds of steps. And even 7-figure business owners have fail days. They have fail launches. They have times where their business goes up and down. But what they've done is they've put in ways in order to make sure that their business doesn't shut down because of a down period, right? So that's where that multiple streams of income comes in. You also are going to be thinking, when you first start your business, the biggest challenge that you can have is growing too fast. What I mean by that is not making revenue too fast, but growing too fast. You don't want to have so many expenses in your business that it outweighs your revenue, right? And so you may not need 10 team members right up front, right? So,
or, see different platforms or 10 camera and ring lights around you.
Exactly. And so it's not, when you first start out in business, delegation is not something that you will do all the time. You are delegating to you. So a lot of times as an entrepreneur, you have to be the person that kind of steps into the room first. And so that's something that I hear not only from just seeing it and watching it, but I'm also hearing the top coaches teach that. They're teaching, you have to be the person that's willing to learn the process and then teach the process. So you can't just expect things to just happen, you need to be the one maybe to do it first. And so those are, I think, just in terms of like what people should expect in terms of growth and kind of preparing your business for that growth, is knowing that you're going to spend more time up front than you will later if you build this right. So it's, I think we kind of get lost sometimes in the fluff of social media and Instagram, and people are living like this rich life, and that's great. They are definitely there, but there was a lot of processes and steps that they had to get to that point. So it's just for everybody listening, it's really important to know there is a journey. Your journey doesn't have to be 10 years. I'm not saying that at all. It could be 6 months, but you're going to work real hard for 6 months, right? Whatever that time period is for you. And it depends on the kind of business that you have. You are going to work for it in the beginning. So
Toni, tell me about the working for it. Alisa said you were. Take me through what you had to do when you just started. Real talk. Did you have your phone and you walk, or did you start with a camera? How did you go to reach a point where, okay, a brand is now approaching you and say, all right, Toni-Ann, we're willing to pay you for what we see you doing?
Well, how should I answer that question now? I had to basically assess myself with other people who were doing what I was doing. And I asked myself the question, how can I stand out from everybody else? You have to study. It is what it is. You have to study your company.
No, but that's a good point, because you never say, how can I blend in and look like everybody?
We want brands to say, I want you. And so I studied my
yes, people in your industry.
They do this, but I didn't copy them. A lot of people copy exactly because they see somebody do a video or something like that, and it goes viral or whatever. Them copy and say, I want to do that. No, you can't do that. You have to be original. You have to be authentic. You just literally have to, see what's different, right? And so that's what I did. I had my little iPhone and I started like that. I started out very, very small. And then, I just kind of did things differently. And brands just started to reach out to me. They like what they saw. They like how I told my stories. They liked how I made my videos look crisp. They liked how I come up with the ideas, I'm a whole production. I did something for a car rental company. I came up with the concept. I came up with the shot list. I came up with the caption, and they loved it. They just loved it. So it's learning the trends and building your skill sets, using them efficiently, and, bringing a service to whatever persons or business you're trying to help. So that is it.
That is true. I remember when we just started with Profit Jumpstarter, I had a little Android. And Toni, I don't know if you know this, but you were one of those people who got me over into the iPhone world, because she was like, we are going for you can't film properly, like girl, picture quality. Like I had my little Android Samsung feeling all cute, like, hey, hello, this is Keisha. I just want to tell you, but it never looked good. The videos weren't looking good. And Toni said, look here, if you are going to get serious about this, you need an iPhone. And I listened to her. We go straight to the Apple store, and I was like, EarPod, MacBook. I bought the entire ecosystem. I was like, if I am doing this, I am doing it well. If it does play around, I need to make sure this is successful. So I started on my phone, the iPhone, after that. And it took a while, over time. I never liked how I sound. Then I was like, boy, you sound dry. And, I'm talking very corporate. I'm saying, hello, guys, this is Keisha. And I just want you to invest your money. It was very stiff. around that time is when I met Alisa, and she was like, "Yeah, no, no, you have to connect. You have to connect to the audience." And she coached me through how to do that. And I'm just saying all this to say it is a journey,
It's a journey.
right? You see us online, and you'll be like, "No, man, oh, Keisha survived." And she took a while. Keisha was very stiff. I was very stiff when I started because I didn't know what to do. And I was used to presenting in boardrooms where you have to come in and you talk and you have to use the jargons and this. But when I did it on Instagram, nobody do understand what me I said. Nobody got it, right? So it's a journey, but you start with what you have
Yeah.
and you refine it over time.
Keisha, I want to add to it's also important that you take criticism as well. It was hard as a creative person. It's hard, right? But once you take criticism, not bad criticism, but like pointers, because for me, when I started, it was just pictures. Nobody knew what Toni-Ann was, and I had to, somebody said to me, you need to go on camera. We need to see your face. And I'm very shy. As much as they see me, I'm very shy, but people love to hear my voice. They like to see me talk. So I was like, this works. So you have to find what works with your audience. You have to, as you said, connect with your audience and take criticisms, take feedback. Sorry, that's the word I'm looking for. Take that and just learn on your journey. It's a fun journey.
Yeah, so we could jump right into some real talk then. So Alisa, the expert on sales strategy, she worked with me and she said, Keisha, yeah, very stiff. We need to kind of work on who you're speaking to. So lots of like it in saying vibe. She coached me around how to address the audience, what to say, and she said, girl, she said this all the time, girl, you're a Bentley. You're a Bentley girl. You're a Bentley. You need to learn how to and same thing. So if you were gonna say no to someone who is struggling to be on camera, they come on, not really saying what they're supposed to say, trying, what would be some constructive advice they could get to say, all right, this is what you can do to be a bit more successful online?
Well, I will say this, that it is not always easy. Like I wouldn't say that I'm shy, but I'm more of an introvert to a certain extent, which is so strange that I do sales. So I'm not always in front of the camera myself. But what I will say is that the first thing, and it went according to what Toni-Ann was saying, and also what you were saying, Keisha, is that you do have to be yourself. Like it's really important for you to shine, for you. People are buying you. Even if let's say you were selling for another company, they're still buying you at the end of the day, right? People buy with people they trust. That know, like, and trust factor is so important when you want to basically make a sale. And a sale is anything, right? You're making revenue in your business. So it's really important for you to shine, for you to show up, for you to be you. And that also relates to getting out there in front of the camera, doing whatever it is that you're doing, whether it's needing to do videos and things like that, or if you need to show up. It's really, really important for you to just be you as a person and then be consistent. The consistency is also very important for them because that's the trust factor. The more consistent you are, the more people will trust you. And then the like factor, right? So know, like, trust. The like factor is really about you being you. Everybody's not going to like you. That's number one, right? You're not going to.
But that was hard to stomach, Alisa, because
right.
When you're in corporate, you're trained to be a pleaser. That's what it's
true.
Likable.
But if you move up, right? But if you move up in corporate, you already know that everybody's not in your corner. So there's not much difference here, right? There are certain people that are going to lift you up and they'll be your catalyst to moving up. And then there are people that are just going to cheer you on in your journey. And that also applies to you as an entrepreneur. There are going to be people who you are gonna just love you. They're gonna be like, whatever you do, I want to be a part of it. If you're, if you're doing this, I'm in, right? And then they're gonna be those that are gonna just watch and lurk, and they're not maybe not gonna be right up front with how they're going to want to engage, but they're still there watching. So don't forget, they're still there watching. And then there are going to be people who just don't vibe with you, and that is okay. And that's where the whole niching down comes in. It's really important, again, for you to understand who it is that you're targeting, so that the messaging that comes across, even in the language on your website, whatever it is that you're saying, that you're always saying words that person's going, oh, she's talking to me. You want that to be like in their head, like, wait a minute, she's talking to me right now, right? And so that's really important for you to be able to really stand out in business. And so even though, there's going to be always ups and downs and things like that, but it's just really important for you to continue to show up, be consistent, and be you. It's easier to be you than to try to be somebody else.
Yeah, true. And that's what Toni-Ann said in her approach. She wasn't trying to, hey, let me be that person. It's no, I'm going to be myself, but take them as, creative input to do my thing my way.
Absolutely.
So loving that. But let's go practically on different ways that we can make money online. So let's, kind of go through actionable things persons can do. I'll start with you, Toni. What are the different ways that you make money online?
All right. So right now online, it's through passive income, which is my Amazon storefront. I have an Amazon storefront. I have an ebook, a Christmas ebook that I did with my mom. So it's those two. I do a merch store. Not
so you said so far ebook. Right, so that's one.
Affiliate marketing. So I have an Amazon store, which I connect to like my website, and I also have a merch store. So that's the way I make money online. I do brand deals, but I don't know if you want to consider that as online.
Yeah, it's an income stream. Yeah, so one of the ways you make money as because some people think, well, if I'm a content creator, maybe Instagram appear. They don't know, right? That there's this whole other world behind content creation.
Right. All right. So for the Instagram thing now, it's kind of tricky because for those in the Caribbean, we don't monetize through like subscriptions and so. There are ways around it, but yeah.
Not for
no, yeah, there are people find ways around it. But through brand sponsorships is one of my main source right now. So I've worked with Ocean Spray, I've worked with Jamaica Tourist Board, I've worked with
the ship.
Well, those are not paid. So some brands don't really pay. What they do is give you in exchange for a stay. So so that is a way of getting content. Monetizing through YouTube as well is something that a lot of content creators in Jamaica, they make a lot of money. I am not there yet, but I've heard of content creators who make $5,000 US a month just by create, and that they've left their 9-to-5 job and just created content consistently. But as Alisa said, you have to be consistent with it. So those are the ways that I make money. I did a webinar. It failed, but hey, I did it. I tried it. I charged people something, and that's it. I just need to, get the confidence to do more about that. So yeah.
And you will. You will.
I will.
Different ways then, as a content creator, you can make money. Though you are on Instagram, yes, brands is one way, and a lot of people see just the brand. Yeah, brand deal. Yeah. But
and I also want to point out, you don't have to have a lot of followers to get brand deals. A lot of people think, oh, you have to have. No, it's really boils down to who you are, being authentic, and also boils down to the quality content. The quality is what brands look for.
Right. And it wasn't a fail. I wouldn't say the webinar was not a fail. You learned, Toni-Ann,
I did.
because you take the knowledge and you're making your business bigger and better because you have multiple income streams within Travel with Toni-Ann. Brand deals, ebook, webinar, or whatever webinar will evolve to, merch, YouTube. That's a lot of different ways from just the one avenue of, okay, I'm creating content, but I have so many ways I monetize it, right? So, Alisa, as we think about coaches you've worked with, what are some of the ways they've made money online? Just to give some ideas for a person.
Yeah, so I think the big thing, let's see, lots of different coaches, different things, right? So I think there's the individual and then there's the group, right? And so in terms of scaling, you want to be able to scale from a group perspective. Some people start that way. Some people start, let's say, one-on-one. So I'm just thinking in general. So let's say, for example, me, right? So I work with people one-on-one and provide coaching, consulting, strategy, right? And so I work with businesses to help them to, work out their sales strategy, identify where they may have some holes, and like help them to basically build more revenue. So I'll do that either as a one-on-one like strategy basis, or even do that as a come into the business and be like almost like a fractional sales, sales VP or something like that. And so that is more of the consulting side, right? And you get, paid revenue up front or a retainer or whatever. Then there's the group side where the strategies or the trainings, for example, so I'll come in and train a sales team. So I actually right now, and this is a lot of coaches are doing this, they've developed, I'm working on mine right now, is a program where people can come in and learn how to be better at sales. And so that will be a scalable group course that is available online that probably will have, and this is what you see out there, has a component where we come in, get coached and answer questions, but there's a whole online like courseware available, right?
Yeah.
So there's the courses, there's the consulting. Toni-Ann mentioned ebooks. That can be a very big way to not only generate revenue, but also market your business. So there's all these things kind of interrelated. So you can use an ebook to actually just draw more people in. It builds credibility. So it's a great way to market. It's a great way to provide a free kind of asset or item for someone to draw more people in. So there's that. And then I loved what Toni-Ann was talking about in terms of the brand. You don't have to have a big audience. And that's because the audience is the brand partner is niching themselves. So maybe they want to attract the Jamaican travel market. Well, who's the best person for that? It's going to be Toni-Ann. Right. And so they're looking for and this is why you need to niche, because they're going to be more attracted to you if you are speaking to their target audience. Right. And so that's a whole nother revenue stream all by itself, is connecting a brand or a partner or something like that to another person. This is another way that people do make money in the coaching industry as well, is affiliate partnerships. So for example, you may not have a product, but you have an audience. And this is something that Toni-Ann probably will be using at some point in time down the line. But right, you have an audience, but you don't necessarily have a product. But there's somebody out there that has a travel course that she can make for sale to her audience right now, her 100,000 plus, however many people she has following her. And then she'll make a revenue, a percentage on all those sales. She didn't have to develop it. She didn't have to market for it. She didn't have to fulfill it. She just connects the audience with the actual product, and boom, now she's got an additional revenue stream coming in. So there's all those different ways that you can actually, I know, right? You're thinking, right?
She's like,
hook you up after this.
Yeah.
That's a very good one.
I know.
Yeah, something came up because of work. I had to say no. So
Right.
Not anymore.
But it's just there's so many different ways. Again, when you're thinking creatively and you're thinking big, that's probably one of the biggest things too when you're an entrepreneur, is you do think bigger generally than other people, just because you're an entrepreneur. It kind of it calls on that creativity. And so, but those are just some of the ways. I'll give you another example. Danielle Leslie, who's a coach that I work with, love Danielle Leslie, and she's kind of the she's the unicorn of
Course
course creation. And so, she's made multiple tens of millions of dollars in a very short period of time. Also African-American female doing amazing things. And she's gone, her business almost just creates money every month all by itself, because she has a brand that now today, literally money is everywhere. So she has her course, her course from scratch, but then there's been branches off, like high-end programs from there. She has lower ticket stuff that she sells that literally she doesn't even do anything except it just sells. And then also partnerships, right? And so there's just so many different, honestly, I could go on for another 30 minutes talking about all the different
ways. You're like, there's so many ways to make money. So many ways.
Maybe you need to do an ebook.
Ebook, exactly.
Right? She has all the ways, all the answers. So I know the question that's coming, which is, how can we find Alisa? How do we find her? Because I want to ask her about some ways I can make money online, because one of the beauty about our work together, Alisa, is I never really know much. As I said, I was in the corporate world. I just know if it does manage money and just grow the money, but running a business, no clue at all. And my work with Alisa was, how exactly do we set up certain systems within Profit Jumpstart? So the money coming in multiple ways to continuously make money, because we need multiple income streams in our business as well. I have to practice what I preach, right? I can have multiple income stream, and then I'm over here with just one little dege source and can't work. So let's bring up how to reach Alisa. Rowan asking first about Toni-Ann. Social media, it's travel with Toni-Ann. And then for Alisa is up now.
So my IG is just my name. So it's at Alisa Owens.
Right. It's on at Alisa Owens. That's what it is to reach there. But there's also for persons who may want to reach out directly to Alisa and do a session with her. salesactivationsession.com. Because one thing I firmly believe in is that I need to learn from people who know where I want to be. They have already worked with people who are at, you notice Alisa only talks about millions. She has never said anything about hundreds of thousands. She speaks in millions. And for me, my goal is to take Profit Jumpstarter into multi-million-dollar US company. And so I need to work with people who are familiar and who know how to get to that level where millions is just their regular language. They don't speak in small figures. And so it's been very beneficial. That's what I can say. And so it makes sense to reach out to her, to have a session yourself, because maybe that's what you're looking to do. You want to learn how to scale what you're doing online to be more profitable. So bring it up again. So we have it. So it's there. Gotcha. And then for Toni, for persons who are thinking about, I want to be a travel influencer. I want to be an influencer of something. Let me study what you've done, Toni. Maybe I can talk to you. Maybe you can tell me how to grow my followers. And let's set that question too. How do I grow followers? Because everybody's all about that. I know, even though you say you don't need a lot of followers to get brand deals, they're like, yeah, but it looks good to say 100,000.
It does. It's vanity metrics, as I call it, because people have so many more followers than me, and they don't have the deals I have. I'm just saying.
Hey,
I'm just saying. I don't mean to be shady or anything, but it's
respect you.
Yeah, it is. It really don't have anything to do with how many. It's your content. It's the richness of your content and the value that you add. Because I'm sure you, Keisha, probably make way more money than me. You have less followers than me. I'm just saying.
Well, so the thing is, right? Alisa coached me from very early on certain things that make a lot of money for us. So we know you are right. So we're all within the network of the Profit Jumpstarter community. Tony, so I know pretty soon you will understand them as well. But the quality of the content you're saying is what grows the audience.
It's definitely what grows the audience. It's the quality. It's quality over quantity. And what value you are adding. Don't watch follow count. Just connect with the audience. Be consistent. Being consistent is key. Alisa spoke about that. Being consistent, adding value to people is very important. Yeah.
All right, nice. So we're gonna leave it there for tonight. Leave it there for persons who want to reach out. You have the handles. We're also gonna have them in our show notes so persons have forever access to the links to reach these two amazing ladies. So Alisa Owens, Toni-Ann, McKenzie, thank you both for being on tonight. This was a great discussion. Don't watch the noise, watch the seals. Them said don't watch. I said, don't watch the noise, watch the sales. Big up to the sales expert, Alisa, and the sales, I guess, growing sales influencer, Toni-Ann. This was an amazing discussion. Thank you guys both for being on tonight.
Thank you, Keisha. Nice to be here.
All right, guys. All right. So there you have it. Ways to make money online. You can't say you never know. Of course, you know how it goes. Once you get knowledge, it is your job to implement it. You don't just come and you're like, yeah, great discussion. I get some ideas. Mega talk to Alisa, mega talk to Toni-Ann, but yeah, nice. We need to take action. We want to make sure that we are making money. That's the aim, right? It's Profit Jumpstarter for a reason, not Lost Jumpstarter. We're here to make money. I'm here to show you how to make more money. So remember, subscribe to our channel, please, guys. We want to grow our community. We want more people to learn about how to make money, because when we make money, we all make money. The economy is better. The world is better. So share it with your friends. Anyone who you know is thinking about doing an online business, send this video to them and say, hey, I think you need to watch this and get some ideas, get some strategies that you can use in your business, right? We are back next week again to have another discussion about another way that you can make some money as well. We also have an upcoming webinar for the teachers or teachers with the Ministry of Education and just generally all educators. We are going to be having a webinar in a couple, less than a week. It's November 7th. So all teachers who are on tonight, do not forget to register. It's at profitjumpstarter.com/webinar. It's a free webinar for teachers. We're teaching you how to do more with your money, how to fix up your finances. You definitely don't want to miss that. You don't want to miss it, because we're going to be offering scholarships as well to the Profit Jumpstarter Academy. So the link to register for that is profitjumpstarter.com/webinar. Make sure you're there. All right. As they say, this was our episode. Knowledge is nothing without execution. Go and implement what you learn so you can make some more money. Make sure you also subscribe to our newsletter, profitjumpstarter.com/newsletter. So you stay in touch with all of the money tips that we have. We share a lot of them there every week. So subscribe to the newsletter and be there. Until next week, I will see you all again. Bye.